What up? What up, y'all? It's your man Sam and CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News. You're in the building live on the show this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Go ahead and hit that like button. Pass that. Oh, no. Smash that notification bell, I should say. And go ahead and share this video, man. Definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all in the building right now as we are about to have the good brother Nino Cappuccino stop through for a little bit and talk some West Coast politics. Y'all already know what to do. We are here live. Drop them area codes. Let me know where you're listening. Let me know where you're watching so I can shout y'all out before we get to the proceedings this evening. Always appreciate y'all support, man. We are here live from the studio, Self-Made Studios. Tap in with your brothers, man. We got great deals, great offers going on, not only for studio time, but for interviews, for the podcast, man. Great things going on at Self-Made Studios. So tap in with your brothers if you are interested, man, while we wait for the good brother Nino Cappuccino. Like I said, drop the area codes. Let me know you're listening. Let me know where you're watching. Let me know where you're tapped in at before we get to the proceedings this evening. Let me see where my good brother is. Should be tapping in real soon. Yeah, man. Enjoying this Sunday. What y'all got going on this Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening. It's 5 o'clock here in Jersey. I know West Coast time, it's about 2 o'clock Central time. I think it's an hour behind me, so maybe 4 or 3 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure. But let me know what y'all doing, man. And like I said, drop the area codes, man. I want to know where y'all listening. I want to know where y'all tapped in at while we wait for my man Nino Cappuccino to jump in the building real quick. You heard? Enjoying this beautiful Sunday, man. A lot going on in hip hop. We got a lot of, hold on, let me get my water. A lot of great interviews coming your way this week, man, on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. About to do the damn thing. And you already know I got my artist spotlights every Saturday evening at 7 p.m. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this Saturday because I got some engagements going on in PA. But hopefully we can get to it the week after. In fact, and hopefully we definitely will get into it the week after, man. So salute to everybody doing the thing, man. If you are interested in tapping in with me, if you're interested in promoting your brand, your product, your music, whatever the case may be, hit me up on my email, samant@thehiphopnews.com. That is samant@thehiphopnews.com. 936 is in the building. What up? What up with your 718? What's good with your 757? Peace to you, Huntsville, Texas, 936. What is the deal? Appreciate you stopping through and chilling with your brother SamAnt this afternoon. We are on Viral Hip Hop News. We are live. If you aren't tapped in with your man yet, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to the brand, man. Viral Hip Hop News, dropping great content over here. 50% of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast and doing the damn thing. If you didn't see my interview yesterday with the Chakra doctor talking about the baby situation and what that man has going on, go ahead and tap into that right now. It's a great interview with my man, the Chakra doctor, for about an hour long. We did our thing. And last week we had a filmmaker, Ali Abden, creator of the film Staycation, #1 on the All Black Network right now in movies. Definitely appreciated his networking, and his insight into the independent film game. Definitely appreciated that, man. And like I said, we'll be tapping into doing that every Saturday, giving independent artists, independent business people their voice, man, to be able to tap in and talk and do our thing, man. But I see a couple people came into the building. 617, what up with you? You said 16 minutes from Cape Cod, cleaning up the farm and fixing the sleeper Corolla. Well, salute to you, man, and I definitely appreciate you stopping through. Missouri's in the building. What up with you? Definitely appreciate you. We're awaiting my brother, the OG Nino Cappuccino, who I see is sliding through right about now. And we are going to get a West Coast perspective from the OG himself. Let me bring my brother on in here real quick. Yeah, there you go. What up with your OG?
Hey, what's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with Sam?
Fucking up my name still, man. What's good with you, OG? How you feeling, man?
Hey, you see, I tried to slide it out right quick. They slide it out, but I fixed it real fast, though, Sam. What's up with it, my guy?
I'm good, OG. I appreciate you coming through. You were saying the shit so smooth. I think we had you a couple times on. You saying, I'm like, yo, I got to figure out a way to make this shit like a nickname or something slick. Because the shit sounds so smooth. I don't even want to correct the OG. The shit sounds dope. I'm about to do something with the shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on, OG, all seriousness aside, doing big things. I see you out here doing a lot of film work, a lot of building and talking and standing on your square, man, and not just talking about what you're doing, but actually putting foot to action and doing it, man. So salute to you. Before we get to the proceedings this evening, man, and get to the shits, how you feeling, man? Talk to the people about what you got going on. Talk to the people about, well, just update us on what you got going on, family.
Oh, man, right. First and foremost, man, for all those who's looking, who's tuned in and tapped in, man, you already know my motto, man. If you watching us, you listen to us right now, feel me? We appreciate it, man. And the grace of Allah, I mean, God woke us all up this morning, his and hers, kings and queens across the globe, man. Blew breath in your body, man, and that's what matters, man. That's what counts at the end of the day, man. I'm blessed, Sam. I'm very blessed, man. Blessed to be here, man, to be living among me, living first and foremost, coming from where I come from, bro. I'm very blessed, man. Proud of my kids. You know, my kids just graduated a year ago from high school, on their way to their plateau to college, and you know, experiencing their own little personal lives right now. So. And my 19-year-old twins, I got twins, little Nino and Nino. So shout out to my twins, shout out to little BJ. My kids, period, man. That's my life. That's what I live for. That's what I breathe for, my kids, man. But overall, man, I want to tap in real quick and start off by saying, shout out, salute to my community, man, to the W, to Watts, first and foremost, man. Everybody throwing up them W's out there, man. Really stand for Watts, man. WATTS. We are taught to survive, man. Shout out to my community, Watts, man. Not just my hood, the Nixon Garden, not just my projects, but to all the housing projects of Watts, man, to all the blocks of Watts, man, different cliques, different gangs, different gang cultures, just different hoods in our territory of Watts, period, man, all the way down to 92nd, to the Bishops, to Be by Watts, you know what I mean, to all these different territories that sometimes I don't get around to being able to give my shout outs to and give credibility to, because Watts is a big community. It's just not those 4 housing projects that you hear about a lot of time. Watts is a big ass community, you know, all the way for us to Mona Park, you know what I mean, Mona Park side, 10-8, 118, you know what I mean? So Watts is big. And I just want to say shout out to my community, man, because I represent the W to the fullest, man. And I want to say it marked the anniversary of our 1992 peace treaty, man, on the 29th that just passed a couple of days ago. If you guys don't know, I just put up the trailer to the movie a couple of days ago. I made a couple of drops with significance as to who was the actual advocates of that actual peace treaty meeting, because a lot of individuals got it twisted and got it misconstrued as far as when it comes to Los Angeles. And a lot, again, as everything that happens, you got these different advocates jumping all out the woodworks and claiming peace treaty and the truce, and not taking anything from any communities, but taking this from you if you try to claim it. This shit started and the seed was developed and planted in Watts, bro. Straight up. We planted the seed in Watts. The meeting started underground in 1993 through a couple of brothers out of Jordan Housing Projects, man. Ex-Crips, a couple of my big homies, you know what I mean? My big homies, there was ex-big homies from the streets once upon a time, and a few other good cats from out of Hacienda Village. They was hosting these secret meetings with the brother named Father Mujahid. And the meetings was being held in our neighborhood, and they was hosted secretly underground at the mosque. It was the Mosque Jaliyah and on Central Avenue. So when these meetings was partaken and being placed in place, and these guys was coming out these different projects, congregating about peace, cats like myself and the Tony Bogarts, rest in peace, you know what I mean? Other cats from the Jordan Downs in that era who were very, very dominant in the gangbanging field and the gangbanging aspect. Our mentality was on something else. You know what I mean? We was on a whole different twist right at that time. We weren't thinking of nowhere near something of peace. So when I got called upon, when I got summoned upon as far as to come in and representation as far as my neighborhood and being the voice and being the voice of the community as well as my neighborhood, man, it was something that put me in a position where I had to make a decision, you know, at that point in time as far as my lifespan and where I was at with my life and where I was headed with my life. On top of that, you know, as far as change. And I just want to say, man, that, you know, that again, I'm tired of people trying to come in and they take the credibility from the W, man, from Watts. We're always at the last of the totem pole when we're the most dominant. Straight up. You can take it however you want to take the TV land. You can take, oh, yeah, I said it. When it comes to the city of Los Angeles, and everybody know the true history, Watts, we are the hub. We are the mothership. When it came down to this gang culture, when it came down to these streets, just when it came down to Los Angeles periods, we are the hub, man, because putting all 4 of them housing projects together like that, bro, we become unstoppable. Can't nothing stop us when we become a force as the W. I'm talking about my community right now, Watts, as well as the city of Los Angeles, because it was proven fact that when we come together as a whole, as black, just our whole pro-blackness and brown culture, period, we unstoppable as a force, the whole entire city. You've seen that can happen. But a lot of people's hearts, souls, and minds really wasn't in it. It was just a fad. It was just for the moment. It was momentary. But for us in Watts, this is why I say I have to speak on this right quick in our topic and giving my city the utmost props, bro, that we created the peace treaty. We created the truce. It started in Watts. The seeds were planted in Watts, and then the flowers blossomed. And then other communities grasped a hold to it, and they tried themselves, and a lot of failed. A lot of them failed. We went on for 12 consecutive years, bro. 12 straight years. So that means all our youngest in that generation of the millennium was not gangbangers from 1992 to 2004 when the war went back in the hands and it started going into an uproar and started gangbanging, started being developed in our city again of Watts. From 1992 to 2004, wasn't no gangbanging going on in Watts. If you was gangbanging, still a gang member, you were outside the perimeters of Watts gangbanging, and that went on, I can say. But as far as this community itself of Watts, man, them little youngsters down there, us, ourselves, OGs, we wasn't banging no more. That was the whole purpose of us bringing this declaration in black and white writing together as far as this rule standards to bring peace in our community, man. Straight up, man. And before moving along, man, I just want to say to all of my youngins out there, all the young YGs out there, the young homegirls, this generation, because it's y'all era, man, we can pass y'all the formula, sit y'all down, show y'all how we did it, show y'all our mistakes on how this time when the money come in and the capital start trickling in, be able to snatch the capital, clamp down on it, trickle it back down to the communities and develop programs, bro, and save these babies, man. Save these kids. Save these little girls from being the next fast-ass twerkers and dancers. And, man, come on, we need some doctors and some nurses, some LVNs, man, some more beauticians and some creative individuals with all the other shit besides downgrading our culture, bro. Like, this is all we got. This ain't all we got. We're extraordinary, man.
Yeah. You know,
but I'm sorry, Sam. I just had to take that moment, man. I just had to take that moment, Sam. We moving on, man. Shout out to my city, man. WATTS, man. We in the building, man.
This is what we doing it for, man. That's why the floor is yours. I'm gonna go ahead and give it up like a point guard, and you go ahead and take that motherfucker right on home. You know,
oh man, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Drop that motherfucker right on through, my guy, my G, for sure. Look, it's unfortunately, we know that hip hop influences the world and influences the culture, and unfortunately, a lot of gang culture and gang politics is being filtered through hip hop, and we're getting a very false perception on how things are even going. When I hear you speak, we've talked numerous times, and it's always about building. It's always about treaty. It's always about putting back into the community. It's never glamorizing what you once were, never forgetting what you once were, and speaking and talking about the things that you once did to a certain degree, but always bringing it back to giving back to the community. How are you going to feed the community? How are you going to put foot toward action? But now we see a different side when we see these social media outlets and people representing certain gang culture, and albeit they may have been in it. How do you feel about how gang culture is being represented through this internet and all the nonsense we see going on throughout these social media platforms?
Oh, bro, man, listen, man. First of all, again, for me, coming out of the gang culture life, really being one of them significant individuals coming from that world, being erectable from the streets, man, and putting myself in retirement mode and really being able to pull myself out of it. And then spiritually, giving the red suit back to the dude, that chump named the devil, and going over here and getting my wings from my lie. It's crazy how the dynamics have flipped to me, man, because I would have never thought, even me changing my life, and a lot of other OGs who have retired, Keyways and Damus, which is Crips and Bloods, gangsters, disciples, whatever you want to call it, in whatever territories in whatever city, because it's gangsters all around the world. It's not just Los Angeles. So when you put yourself in a mode of change, and then you sit back and you look back and you reflect on what you once was and what you represented, and you look into the times of the day, and you say, damn, man, is this what we gave up our lives for? This shit? Is this what the homies that's in prison who ain't gonna never come home, see the day of life, or some of the homies who's finally coming home who did 35 years, 30 years, 33 years, 40 years, and finally coming home as old elder men, but still physically built in soul? Is this what the fuck we gave up our lives for? This shit right here, man. I did a documentary when I was going to AFI. I was doing 2 thesis projects at once because I'm always multitasking in anything that I do, bro. This is why it comes out with so many multiple projects when I do different things, because I multitask. I don't do just concentrate on one situation or one thing. I started out shooting this documentary based on Los Angeles, New York, because I was traveling to and forth to New York at that time, the early 2000s, 2001, 2, 3, and 4. And I was hitting all the central ghettos of all these neighborhoods, Chicago, New York, Kansas City, you know what I mean? I was just landing and guerrilla shooting. Certain places, I didn't even know certain cats. I was making my own introduction right then there on the spot. And I would meet dudes and make an alliance, and I would film different shit. So I had a lot of footage at school. So I had an epiphany one night. I woke up and I said, damn, you know what? So I wrote this script called The King of Watts, which was a film, a movie. And the film was based on gang culture, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, about these 3 individuals from Riverside County, which was Riverside County Crips, which we consider at the time in the 80s, and especially the 80s, the 70s and the 80s, that Riverside wasn't even considered no gang culture to us in the 80s and the 90s. They was considered as marks. So I myself and a couple other individuals, we portrayed these Crip characters out of Riverside, and I was the shot caller. But I ended up writing myself out of the film too early as my first independent film that I put up my own money, about $250,000. Me and a partner of mine, I produced it, directed, I wrote it, starred in it, put up my own funding, and I shot this film, and it was based on gang culture. So thinking back to that, when we were in process of shooting that, and it was authentically done from a lot of my neighborhood, my community homies in my neighborhood, my little homies, my homegirl, shout out to everybody who participated in the film King of Watts, you know who you were. I shot that film raw and authentic. And this is why at the time, it was so hard for me to kind of sell it, because a lot of these networks was like, oh, it's too raw, it's ready, it's edgy, it's this. But now you can get all kind of shit today because the era we're in as far as the digital world now. So they fiend for content like that now. But back then when I shot it in 07, 08, it was like, it was a hard place to really place and film and market my film on an independent level. So reflecting on gangs today to say, what happened to the rules and the standards that even gang cultures had once upon a time as gangs? So when I shot that doc, it was called Hip Hop versus Gangs. Which has the most influential impact today? Is it gangs or is it hip hop? At that point in time, it was both, because both had an influential impact. But as we went on in the decade progressing, we went on from the millennium into the 2020, hip hop just demolished everything. I mean, dominated everything, bro. I mean, just swerved over and took over everything, meaning gangsters ain't gangsters no more, meaning there ain't no more streets. The streets are poured into hip hop. The streets are following hip hop rules and hip hop bullshit politics, which is bullshit because it used to be standards and rules when it came to the streets. With primarily example, they got snitching and rapping and all this shit when it comes to the hip hop era is one of the biggest things, right? And it's so easy to just throw it out there. No paperwork, no affidavits, no signed signatures, no proof of proof. But it's the biggest thing because of hip hop. It used to be a time in the streets, bro. That shit wouldn't fly at all. You get your head busted open for even trying to establish a rumor like that from anyone. You don't even have to be a giant or some major individual, but just opening your mouth like that without no facts would get you DP to get you hurt because there was rules. It was standards, it was morals, it was principles behind this shit. So to see how it has flipped right now, Sam, it's despicable to me, man. And I just thank God that he pulled me up out of it gracefully, you know what I mean? And I'm in my frame of mind I'm in, man, and on my entrepreneurship level, man, that I'm on, man, and being able to provide for me and mine, man, to do what I'm doing, man. Because I could easily be stuck back in them streets or be on death row somewhere, man. I'm hurting a bunch of motherfucking niggas, man. Excuse my French, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, this shit is, it's crazy, man. But hip hop is an A1 ruler now of the content. It controls households. It's like, think about it. It's Pied Piper, man. It's like Pied Piper controlling all the little blind mice, man. The Pied Piper, man. It's hip hop is the Pied Piper, bro. And then you got certain appointees, certain assignees who are the doorkeepers, the gatekeepers and the bend over keepers of hip hop, who keeps it in a certain order, who put the certain politic rules down, which if you're a real individual who's striving and you came in as you claim, as people claim from the ground up, and you came in and you really built yours, significantly built yours as an independent company, then it's harder for those companies and for those individuals, those CEOs to shine or get their chances or get their shine, bro, because it's so much politics and bullshit into it, man.
For sure. What do you think about people in hip hop, and not just hip hop, but even on the internet and people within the internet and social media platforms disrespecting the dead? In particular in hip hop, we see a lot of rappers unfortunately fall into violence. We see it once a month, once a week, every 2 weeks. This shit happens. It's gonna happen soon. Unfortunately, knock on wood, it doesn't, but we all know different. But we see a lot of people putting a lot of disrespect on the dead's name. We've seen it recently in regards to Nipsey. A lot of people saying some wild things about Nipsey after the fact. You know what I mean? After him no longer being here. But what do you think about people disrespecting the dead, and how did that relate to when you were in the streets doing your thing? How did y'all handle that? Handling Jones, what up? Peace to you, fam.
Well, first and foremost, man, a moment of silence for us all. Shout out around the globe, man, east to west, south, north, up north, no matter where it is, what gang, what culture, what clique you from. If you've lost a loved one, you suffer a loss from gun violence, gang violence, not natural causes, natural death, because those are not losses. But if you suffered a loss from this bullshit, this genocide and shit, we want to call gangs. Shout out to the families, man, and shout out to all the people who have lost someone, man, within this year, this second, this month. Right now as we speak, man, shout out. My condolences personally, man, across the globe, bro. What I think about it is this, man. It's so far-fetched beyond disrespect. Again, if the streets were really the streets like it was, that disrespect wouldn't exist. It couldn't happen. Oh, wait, what do you mean it couldn't happen, Cap? Explain that, break it down. Well, let me break it down to y'all ass there in TV land. It wouldn't fucking happen. First and foremost, prime example. Now we all know, the whole world know about Wacky, where everybody know what he said and what took place and how Wack to put himself out there in a position, you know what I mean, and on camera, you know, with another cat who's a hypocrite, supposed to be a full-fledged Muslim, representing Allah, Allah, representing God, the spirit, change, growth, but always claiming victimizing. And how about, you know what I mean, my fruity tootie, and I was victimized and all that old bullshit. And this is why I say you got too many of the fake niggas that's in the way that's not capturing the realists and the real individuals who's supposed to be on these platforms and be on this internet and using these things for the things that are supposed to be used to deliver the messages to our youths to make these changes. So the changes can never be made when the shit is being glorified from sucker ass niggas on here who's not speaking the truth, bro, or disrespected. You're not a man, and you're not a gangster. I don't give a fuck who you are, what fucking clique you claim right now on this internet. They're talking about gang, gang, gang. Young, old, senior citizen, OGs, it don't fucking matter, niggas. If you niggas aren't mobbing on that neighborhood that you disrespected, and you putting that dish down like that, this shit ain't gangster. It ain't gang gang. This shit is disrespect, man. Again, it fall back down to rules. There used to be rules with this shit. So it's like, bro, how can you get on the internet and disrespect A1, especially cats across the state and across the country who follow trends? All our youngins, man. It's sad, man. And you niggas need to quit this shit. How can you follow a trend and start disrespecting the deceased of people you don't even know at that? It's bad enough you're swearing on the dead homies every 5 damn seconds of your fucking words, non-educated ass ninjas. On the dead homies. I mean, grown ass men, bro, 40, 45, and 46 years old and 38, swearing down they real men, they gangsters, but on the dead homies. Man, bro, when I be seeing this shit on here, and they bloggers. That's why I say a lot of these bloggers, man, I'll beat these niggas up. Put me in the ring, give me a bag, Sam. I'll wail on any one of these niggas. Fuck one of these niggas up, man. Fake ass niggas want to be gangsters, man. Especially a lot of these niggas on my coast, on the West. You niggas are in the way. You're not delivering the message. You're hypocrites. You can't be on here one minute with a big ass blunt in your mouth, smoking, and then you talking about God, the spirit, hold up though, and all this so shit, and you know, and then you want to crack jokes and you're 38 years old. Fuck no, man. That ain't delivering the message to these youngsters, bro. We ain't gonna change shit like that, Sam. So this is why it's all buffoonery, my nigga. Feel me? So for me, I dislike it. I don't like it. I hate that individuals get on here and disrespect the deceased, and whoever you disrespected, it's some real cats from all them hoods and from all them cliques. Boy, if was an if, and they can reach through the screen and grab that individual who's disrespecting right now, man. So if the streets were the streets, taking you back to that answer, if the streets were the streets and there was rules in the streets, meaning OGs was moving like they were supposed to be moving out here in the streets, meaning OGs in this era, this generation, the young YG OGs, the YGs who's really regulating it because it's their turn, the baton is in their hand. This is the YGs era. So if there was structure amongst them, and the individuals who they listened to had structure, then guess what? Niggas can come on this internet and be like, bro, because these neighborhoods were DP immediately. They were DP it. If you want individuals that got on here and disrespected some other hood like about the dead, your own hood gonna whoop your ass. They're gonna DP you. Because you know why? You putting that whole community at bay. You putting that whole community in harm's way. Yo, jackass. Yo, bullshit to come on here just for some likes and some shares. You're putting a whole innocent community at bay right now. You put them in harm's way behind your fucking shenanigans, bro. This is why there ain't no rules in the streets. If the streets cared, then take it back. Put some rules at least in the communities, bro. Some OGs, man, you ain't got to come out all the way out of time and then, you know, and like I say, because I say this all the time, bro, you know, because it'd be times, boy, I be want to go there. But it's like, we got to be smarter. So our way of doing this is this right here then, man. We got to come together as OGs from all over, East, South, Northwest, come together and speak on this social media platform for the real ones. Start weeding out all these weenies. Fuck that CB Clubhouse shit. Sound like you in a breaker diesel truck or something. I'm going to say it again. Anybody who got a Clubhouse and I'm not talking about if you got a Clubhouse and it's positive and you deliver positive content, and the people who comes on your Clubhouse speaks positive, and you're talking about positive things, I salute my hat off to you. I'm not yet I have not yet came across one, which I don't listen to a lot of these some bitches. It's just if I hear them in my notifications, especially the normal people who's on there, I'll tap in for a second and listen. And say, listen to this dumb shit. And you hear these 20 to 25 voices on there talking all at once, and everybody are Superman. Everybody is Aquaman, Superman, Batman, and Robin. They the toughest of the toughest of their territory. Every nigga, especially niggas who claiming blood and Crips, and you from another state and city, and that means you just started this shit. We talking about some shit that happened 50 years or better with us. You just started this blood and Crip shit, and hollering about like you doing it the best, and you the toughest. Man, shit is crazy to me, bro. So if you got a Clubhouse, and your Clubhouse is negative, middle finger up, man. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck your Clubhouse. Straight up. Any of these Clubhouses, you're negative, and you pouring out negative messages to our youth, and to the individuals who's listening to that shit, and they be glorifying behind you fake ninjas who's on here, and you just voices. You can't even see your faces. Man, it's just another way the masses have built the platform for our dumbass, brown and black, because we the majority who get on there and do the dumb shit. We get on there and we utilize the platforms for the disadvantage of what we should be using for. What we should be using these some bitches to really build capital. We should be pushing a line right now of thought and manner of teaching these young assholes in the streets that, hey man, do you know we're in a digital world right now? We're in a digital currency, meaning Bitcoin. All these things exist. This shit is not no game. You're going to be left behind. But no, we ain't pushing that line because we ain't teaching it. So again, our kids, when it comes to the increasement of it, they're going to be lost. They're going to be fucking stuck because the teaching ain't there. Just like households as being fathers and having morals and principles, all the things that was mandatory when we were coming up because it was instilled in us by our parents, it's not given to these generations. How they going to pass it down to the next generations on down, man? Right. Just like in order for that shit to change, for it to happen like that, man, we gotta first and foremost put our boot in all these old suckers back that's on this internet. The people is the power. It ain't us, the bloggers. It's the people. The people are the power. The people need to start holding individuals accountable for the shit they say on these damn internets, man. Especially when you get to hard about people this and they that. You got the paperwork. Hey, I'll get this out. Man, niggas need to be held accountable. See, if the streets had rules, then them kind of niggas would be held accountable because they maybe, guess what? The generals, the sergeants, you know what I mean? The lieutenants of the hoods, boom, they can make a phone call, boom, boom, boom. Pull that nigga right in. Hey, nigga, you on the internet with the bullshit, huh? Produce. Right now. Produce. You can't produce that paperwork right now? Mighty Wack. And that'll stop all that. All that. From the wackies on down. All these niggas will be over here talking about blackmailing, blackballing, exposing. Man, again, last but not least, the only way individuals can come on these internets, on this social media, and really truly expose individuals or expose somebody is A1, you're not really being exposed. You expose yourself as the characteristics that you are. This is really who you are. You're really a weenie. You really went and did what you did to certain people, or you really got to understand and pointed on some niggas. All your shit really is really real because it's per the truth. It's truth. It's fact. So you already exposed. So it ain't no exposing. But when you try to expose individuals because you in clout wars, you on the internet having clout fucking wars. Clout wars, bro. That's what it is. So in a clout war, that means everything counts. Ain't no rules. That means I can record you. I record you if I'm talking to you and your kids. Everything. I don't give a shit. That count too. I want to get you and your kids' conversation. I might even get something out of that. put a cat bait title on that shit and get some shit. Just clout wars, bro. Bullshit. I've been studying all this shit, watching it, bro. Cause I see when I stepped into this shit, what I done got myself into, man. I'm really from these streets. I come from where there was really rules, standards, principles, morals, and that's what I stand on. And so me being that way, I become a threat. I'm in the way, or I'm crazy, I'm this, because I really stand on principles, morals, values, rules, standards. Shit I will say and what I won't say on this internet. Shit I will do and won't do on this fucking internet. Just period in life. So it's like I'm the crazy man. Well, I'd rather be crazy then, damn it. Fuck it. I'll take that title.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Word up. You said something I want to expound on. You said that the bloggers don't have the control, the people have the control, which is 100,000% correct. Unfortunately, we see a lot of the producer, or the consumer, I should say, consume a lot of that bullshit. We had Hocus on the podcast a couple days ago, and I asked him, I was like, do you think that the negative behavior behind Wack 100's room in particular will have like a damning effect? And do you think it'll, you know what I mean? Because you can't say nothing about Jewish people, you can't say nothing about Asian people, you can't say nothing about all these other different races and cultures, but you can come on these different platforms and scream nigga this, and we could see each other pointing guns at each other and even taking it further than that and doing all this wild stuff. And he said Clubhouse loves it to the fact that they want to see it more and people consume it more. So what does that say about consuming it? Because we could see, go ahead, do your thing, OG.
Sam, if I'm not mistaken, you having this conversation with Wack?
I am not. No, sir.
Oh, who was you saying? Are you just asking in general? Are you saying this in general?
I'm saying this in general. I'm saying as a whole, because we see a lot of people consume nonsense, and I'm just using his room as an example.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, bro. Again, from what I've heard, because this is not a visual platform like we're on right now. See, these are visuals. This is visual content. So meaning that people can see us. They can hear you and I, and they can see us. Which gives a lot of people who are consumers on the outside, when you tag or you voice your opinion or you voice your comment on here, it's better this way to be able to voice a comment, because now you can really actually see the individual. You can read. If you're really a person with common logical sense, you can read. You're going to know what's really real, who's genuine, or that dude just for the shit, or he this and that. If you really a real person, you don't got to be a gangster, man, to read a person as just being a real person or authentic. You don't got to be a killer. You don't got to be some nigga from the street or some woman from the street. You can be a common damn person, because it's all it takes is common freaking sense. You know what's real, bro. You know what's okay. If you see over there, it's a pile. That pile over there is brown, and that pile over there is white. But that white kind of got a little fluffiness to it, and it got flakes in it, and it looks kind of with crystals. So common sense gonna tell me, okay, that white pile look like it's sugar. But then that black, dirty brown pile would look like some shit, man. And I don't gotta be on it to smell it, to say, or touch it, and say, oh shit, that's shit. Right. No, just using my common sense, my common logical sense, man, as a thinker, as a person. So it's like, bro, a lot of individuals on here who are consumers have common sense. So when it comes down to this, again, it's the people have the power. The people have the power and the judgment at the end of the day, man, to really turn a lot of these things around. Because if they stop following, stop participating, stop, putting themselves in position to be miseducated, misguided on certain topics and certain things when you're dealing with certain bloggers. Now, if you follow certain bloggers and you like that particular blogger or that particular podcast show because they're funny to you, for whatever your reason is, to each his own. But I'm talking about when it comes down to certain shows or certain channels, and you trying to mix it. One minute you trying to be, with the truth and peace and enemy and change. But then you'll hear, yeah, cuz, every word cut out, cuz, yeah, blood on bloods, on the dead homies, blind, oh, cuz. Fuck no. It's hypocritical, man. The bullshit. So it's like at some point, we gotta know how to be able to balance this shit, separate when we own these situations, we own these platforms, man. So like I say, to each his own, man, to each his own. But again, if the streets were the streets, Sam, there'd be rules, and a lot of this shit on the internet wouldn't be the way it is, bro. I guarantee you that, man. I assure you that, bro. Because cats who claim these hoods, who own these communities, they will be held accountable from the dudes in them hoods, because they will be pushing real lines, standing on real standards and real rules. And so they will be pushing the line and making it happen like that. And it don't matter what hood it's from, Crips or Bloods. It will be real individuals pushing the line like that, man. So because it's not like that, it's not that way. Put it like this. You could be a sucker, but you decide you're going to be somebody. Now here you come, you got a crew, and you and your crew get in and you start a ball of confusion for whatever neighborhood you from. That neighborhood ain't even known in the city. See, that's another thing. The city, a lot of these neighborhoods weren't even never known for really putting in no real serious work in the streets. Come down the bloody 80s and the 70s during the real gang culture era. It's a lot of these hoods was weenie neighborhoods, Bloods and Crips. Straight up. And I can roll call shit. But I'm not gonna go there because that's being messy and that's creating a situation. I'm not gonna go there for what reason? It's no reason to go there. We know the truth from the West Coast. The people who live here from the West know what the truth is. So again, man, when I say certain things you say and you don't say, so I don't got to go on into the significance to get no clout to start naming hoods. Because now if I'm naming hoods, that means first thing them hoods gonna say, oh, Big Cap dissing us. He disrespected the hood. Well, yeah, in actuality, yeah, I am dissing your hood because I'm just telling the truth and the fact of how it was. A lot of these hoods, you wasn't no strong hood. You wasn't pushing no motherfucking line, nigga. You wasn't no threat out here in the streets of LA. You wasn't no threat in the county jails or the bounties, as you want to call it. You niggas wasn't taking no phase. Your cliques couldn't withstand the certain cliques who was the stronger cliques. And the Nipsey Hussle bounty hunters was the mighty of almighty. Let me get that clear and say that right now for camera, because I'm tired of this shit. When I get over here and for some reason, niggas then took the P, the Pyru, homie, and put the P's in a situation where Pyrus are different from Bloods, or Pyrus are superiors over Bloods. No, the fuck they not. They were the homies. They Bloods just like Brims, bounty hunters, Swans, Timberlanes, you know what I mean? They're all Bloods, Damu Bloods, bro. But because this millennium, this new wave shit, and it's y'all shit, don't get me wrong. Big Cap ain't trying to come on in there and change y'all little funky ass rules, but I'm just giving you niggas facts, nigga. The world got, the internet got it fucked up, especially when it comes to the Nixon Garden, them Nixon Garden projects. Where in the hell did the Nixon Garden in the 70s and the 80s, we wasn't nobody or we wasn't them niggas? Nigga, we was the niggas. We was the umbrellas of all Bloods. We were the umbrella when it came to die moves. When real Bloods was on the front line and you doing time anywhere, guarantee you, brother, tell you, nigga, if I gotta go to war, and it's me and my homies and I gotta be with other allies, put me next to some bounty hunters. Cause them niggas was rumblers. They gonna go. And I'm just giving you facts. Cause I get tired of, again, watch, we always getting discredited, man. And again, like I said, certain hoods, just like, you know, again, when it comes to the East Side Crips, you know, the Gray Streets was the Jordan Downs and the PJs when it came to the systems and the streets. Them niggas was the known of the mighty of niggas when it came to the Crips of the East Side. And it's like, niggas don't want to really get on here and speak the truth and speak facts. And everybody want to pretend. See, I don't play them games. I talk about my wins. I've been an individual that came on here, the first OG, and I set off a trend. I watch other individuals get on here now, OGs, and they want to start telling it because they see it can build numbers for them and likes. But I did this shit just being unique. Just giving my people, my supporters, my really true livelihoods. When I start telling the individuals about my storylines, and then I was telling my losses. So many people see me on the internet as energetic, ready to tear some shit up, because that's who I am. But then I was able to be calm enough and modest and honest to tell my losses. Talk about the time when the Crips, when the enemies caught me. Talk about how the enemies caught me and how I got stomped out. Talk about my, my pillowcase, my pillow coat gang, you know what I mean, and Wayside. How the niggas, you know what I mean, put the blanket party down on me, rat pack me at Wayside, threw the blanket party on me and shit like this, man. Just telling my real true losses as really been a real gangster, a real G in that era and in that life, because I really walked that life, bro. And I really did it with real against real Crips. And I would give the respect for both sides being a grown man now. So it's like, dog, how do cats get on here and give a side of themselves and get lost and be acting like they hoods was mighty than thou now in 2022? Yeah, you probably are in 2022 because ain't shit really jumping off any damn way. You ain't nobody out here doing no machine gun killing no more like we was in the 80s and 90s. There ain't no more broad daylight shit going on like it really was. The shit that's really going on broad daylight is you niggas that's high. You niggas that's on pills and syrup and whatever fucking high you own to go do what you're doing. But for us overall really gang activity, that's a good thing. That ain't like that. That's a good thing. So it's like, bro, this shit is just crazy to me how, again, the streets then poured into hip hop, and hip hop then just took over, graspingly just took over everything. Took over the streets, the street rules, because everybody in the streets want to be hip hop. Everybody. You broke as hell, and you trying to look like somebody in hip hop. You just spend all your rent money to look like somebody on a video in hip hop. You tell me if that ain't power.
And now a lot of hip hop is influenced by a lot of negative lyrics, drill culture, you know what I mean, promoting killing one another. And it just seems like a nasty evolution in us exterminating one another. And I know this is going to be cliche talking about it, but how do we eradicate this shit? Because the internet's not going nowhere. You know what I mean? And the nonsense from the internet's not going anywhere. And it doesn't look like hip hop, even though it's not all hip hop, but the most promoted hip hop is the hip hop that's killing one another, that's killing us ultimately. So what can we do as a community? Give me a couple examples of how we can resolve this shit or get back to where we can put the seed back firmly to where we know the root and what we're growing from here on out will be the right thing, as opposed to us just destroying each other and tearing these roots down.
A1, in order to eradicate, to make change and different growth, to plant different seeds right now in this era, A1, a lot of the fathers that's behind the walls, a lot of the OGs is behind the walls as fathers. Man, my suggestion to you, a lot of y'all's on the internet now as well. Y'all listening. See, it's not even rules in the penitentiary systems no more like it used to be. So it's like, it's so many chain of events that links to all this to where it would bring rules back and standards back into place. So right now, all my penitentiary ex-con, all my cats is in prison behind walls who got kids out here that you talk to on the phone, you know what I mean? And you having these big homie and homegirl relationship with your kids. All that shit need to be shut down right now immediately. All the cats is on the streets and you half-ass being a father, man, you need to become a father to your child right now. Stop being scared of these kids. That's where it's got to start right now, first and foremost, back at home. It has to start back at home. We can't rely on the whitey, this particular race barrier or the white man in the White House. We can't depend on the politicians. We can't sit here and cry about shit that we can fix as a fucking culture, man. We, as a culture, can fix our own shit. We ain't the brown can fix their shit, the green, the yellow, whatever other cultures. But right now, talking about this Black Asiatic culture, us as Black kings and queens, African Americans of American, this bullshit USA, we have the power to fix this shit. And it starts at home first, meaning niggas gotta start stepping back up to the plate to become a man, bro, and being fathers. And you mean if you got a good woman, you got a spouse in your corner, man, keep your spouse, stay down and dirty with your spouse, your wife, man, love your wife, man, take care of your household and your family the way it was embedded in us at first, the way our fathers taught us, their fathers taught them. Man, our grandfathers and our uncles and our great diddies and our great-great-grandfathers had big old ass tree limb knuckles on all of them. You notice all the old men in the old days had big hands, big knuckles. You know why? Because they was hard ass workers and they would hold down 3 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs and hustle and come home and give all the checks to the mama. Mama sit at the table, got all the bills squared out every month. This is what we grew up on, bro. And if you think that system don't fucking work, you crazy. Why you think they took it out of our household? So these are the things that we need to take back as fathers, bro. Builders, leaders. 2, the most powerful weapon in the world that we have as a culture. Number 2, the most powerful weapon, which is actually number 1, but just putting it in 2 categories because I'm speaking in certain things of the questions that you asked. But number 2, education, bro. Take y'all young asses back to school. Mamas, daddies, parents, take your ass back to school. Because if you in school, now you can lead by example and make them go back to school. Because you can't tell your 14, 15, 12, 10-year-old to go to school if your ass can't count. You can't sit down and tutor them. You can't sit down at the table and count neither because you too busy smoking weed or gospeling on your phone. No, man, see, there's so many rules with this shit that will put us back in pocket, put us in place, but we have to do it. We can't count on nobody. We can't cry, oh, because none of that shit gonna work. I don't care how much money they trickle down. None of that shit won't work if we don't put our own rules and standards down as the people, as a culture. Number 2, man, education. 3, unity. Black love, black unity. When you see a stranger, male or female, I remember a time back in the days when women seen women, oh man, they compliment each other on top of compliments. Hey girl, you sure rocking that outfit, girl. You look cute, you look nice in it. And it had nothing to do with, oh, she want to get with you or with some freaky deaky shit. It was just a pure compliment. And men did it too. Say, boy, you looking right, what? You looking nice. Ain't nothing wrong with another man giving him his props, bro. Speaking, just in general, hey, how you going, brother? You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? Just speaking in general. Black love, man. Number 3, black love and unity, bro. These things, all these things were so important to us as a culture once upon a time. This is why so many communities had a control mechanism over their communities. Why that community withstand the whole 20, 30 years during the time and the duration when it was gangs. Nobody in that community gang banged. That community wasn't even known as a gangbang community. That whole entire community, because nobody over there in the community wanted to get out with shenanigans. That shit existed in ourselves once upon a time. It's a lot of communities who stood their grounds and was like, oh no, man, we ain't going red or blue. And they may live right between each one of those enemies or right amongst all that, but it was just one community because it was their choices. So if we make the right choices as the people, and the right choices is, hold on, man, let's go back to the formula that our fathers once had. And I'm speaking in the youngest, the Joe daddies like myself and yourself and uncles who we once grew up had, and utilize that formula and stop going against the grain, because that's what y'all did. Y'all did a John Gotti on our culture. You went against the grain. You dropped the baton, you dropped all the rules, everything that we stood for, and went against the grain. That's why all these other different cultures can say the N-word right now today, because you young southern suckers went against the grain, man, and y'all allowed that shit through hip-hop, when we would have never allowed it, ever allow that shit. It's just certain shit as a culture we are supposed to hold on to, man. Just like any other culture. They hold on to certain shit. That's their culture. And we can't be mad at it because it's the culture. But when it comes to us, oh, we want to give up every damn thing, man. Everything. So yeah, man. Number 3, unity, man. Black love, man. Number 4, 5, I can go on and on, Sam. But overall, like I say, 1, 2, and 3 is the most primary importances right now, man. Without that, we can't even start anywhere. And from that, it'll allow you discipline, you know what I mean? It'll give you discipline and disciplinary, because this internet shit is a distraction. Yes, I'm just gonna say that right now, straight up foremost. I know y'all really don't want to hear that one. That's definitely on the number 4 list. The internet is a distraction. If you're not on the internet and you're not making money, you're not in commerce, you don't have a merch line or a store or a channel or you're not speaking volumes of truth and clarity, of course, giving out good content, positive messages, or something of growth. If you're not doing these things, why be on the internet? Why even waste the time to be on the internet to watch some heifer show her titty and show her nipple? See some dummy over here, you know what I mean, do a backflip and crack his head and bust his head open and get 1 million views. Why be on here to see all the dumb shit when there's so much that you can be on here to utilize this internet for change and growth? So if we're gonna be on here all that time, then why we can't be on here parenting then? Why we can't be on here talking to each other? The young talk to the old talk to the young, the OGs talk to the YGs, and we be on here really holding dialogue and teaching, and really trying to teach and get the point across and shut these gaps and close these bridges as far as bi-coastal shit that's going on, man, and the missing school information that other coasts get when it comes down to the West Coast culture of gangs and how things are done. Just period. Why can't we do these things? Why do it have to be everything that takes place in the public, somebody with a camera standing there watching and laughing? All right, why can't somebody walk up and slap the holy shit out the cameraman and stop all that now? So a lot of this shit, when it comes to the public, for us, our black culture, we ain't being seen in the public. Women out in the street fighting butt ass naked, titties showing, ass torn, pussy showing, all that. Just fighting. It's just shit that's belittling us as a culture, bro. Period.
Yeah.
I would never in a million years thought I see these things, bro. You know what I mean? It's damaging us, man. It's ruining us, bro. It ain't making us no better as a culture. It ain't building our blackness up as a culture, bro. Male or female, it's damaging us, man. The more and more we sit here and we accept the shit that's being thrown to us in society, because we don't gotta accept it. We accepting it. The more we accept it, bro, the worse it becomes. Women aren't women anymore. Women don't back up their men. Women don't see men as kings, solitude, comfort zone. I don't need no nigga. I don't need no nigga. Well, first, like I said it before, I ain't your nigga. I'm your man. I'm your king. I'm your daddy. I'm your lover. I ain't your fucking nigga. So it's like, women don't see these things in that manner. Men don't look at women in the respected manner of as a queen, my woman, my wifey to be, my spouse, my girl. It's like everything is just derogatory. Everything is disrespect, derogatory, against one another. Or who's the toughest, or who's this? You know, it's hurting us, Sam. It's hurting us. It's damages, bro. This whole internet is damages. And until we really get some control as individuals, male and females, when it comes to this internet and having common sense on this internet. I'm trying to see what a lot of my people's down there saying. Oh yeah, you know, when it comes to this internet, man, it's like, so it's just gonna get worse, bro. So for me, I just hope that a lot of the people out there, man, who are trying to grow, who are willing to grow and who's willing to learn, man, that you have enough power within yourself to start teaching yours, start snatching yours, and start leading by example, teaching yours at least. At least that's the start. You know what I mean? It's just like when I come on here and I speak and I talk, if I can reach through the internet and I reach through somebody's living room somewhere across the globe, and some little young kid, 17, 16, who have been flicking through the internet right now, he's watching and he's stumbling upon what we're saying and what we're doing. And if I'm speaking facts and I'm doing something positive that's gonna save or help this youngster, man, that's what I'd rather be doing, bro. That's what I'd rather speak on. I'd rather us do these things, because it doesn't make any sense for any of us to come on here to have to try to prove a point through the internet to a bunch of strangers that a lot of us don't. We don't know each other. I don't know you. You're 1,000 miles away. Feel me? I don't know you. You don't know me. But those who really know you and know of you, then you know what you're made of. So it's like from going through my troll moment from 2 years ago and going through my troll moment with these trolls, man. You know, it really taught me It really taught me being on this internet. It taught me fast, man. It taught me. So I really had to, put growth within myself as being a host, a show host, having my own podcast show, man, and my own show and everything. I had to really, really put my own growth within myself to realize and understand, man, hold on, Cap. Catch yourself, man. Don't be arguing with these winnies on here. A lot of niggas you don't hear just making comments 20 years old, 22 years old, 25, even 35, even 47, even 53 years old. Them fuckers don't know you, man. You know your life and what you really live. So it's nothing to prove to the internet. Do what you set out to do and what you came on here for, man. That's to deliver the message, man. Simple as that, bro. I'm not from the internet. I'm from the streets. I was created for the fucking streets. My whole characteristics, everything was really, truly created for the streets. So I'm not from the internet, man. But I don't get on this internet to honor that and to glorify that, to brag about it, boast about it. No, man, I'm trying to teach and show you youngsters, man, look, even though some of us did what we did, and we can come on here and share our stories and our livelihoods with you guys, don't get it twisted and wrong, boy and girl, at all. It was moments, bro, when real individuals on this internet who tell their stories can remember when they was faced with real moments. Like, prime example real quick, Sam. My homeboy, shout out to my homie OG Smut Dog, man. Watch Sticks and Guards, OG Smut Dog. Smut put up a post about 3 days ago, and the post was had a cat where the police had him hog tied backwards. It's a word for it. It's slipping my mind right now, so on the tip of my tongue, but they had him hog tied backwards, and that's illegal. You're not supposed to do that. That's how you do an animal, cattle's primarily, or animals, right? And so I commented on his comment and told him, Smut, I can remember specifically, it only happened to me one time in my life, in my experience in my life, man, in my G days, but I remember one time, me being buck-ass wild, and I get caught up for a kidnap ransom and shit, you know what I'm saying, back in Kansas City, Kansas, back in the days, me and one of the young homies, and they had me in Wyandotte County Detention Center first. They shot us to Leavenworth, then we came back from Leavenworth. They had me in Wyandotte County Detention Center down there. And anybody from Kansas City, Kansas, no, I'm not bullshitting. In Wyandotte County Detention Center, they have a chair called, it's just like the electric chair. It's called the chair. That's all they call it, the chair. And it sits in an all padded rubber rolls, all rubber, straight rubber roll. You know what I mean? So I'm up here, man, on my LA tip. I'm on my LA Bonnie Hunter blood tip. All the way out here in Midwest and Wyandotte County Detention Center with these real redneck white boys. It ain't a black police soul in this facility. All rednecks. So I'm down here, and we just end up getting into a riot with some little Crip niggas and some blood niggas upstairs. We just get into a little riot and rumble. Our first night in there, me and my homie D-Boy. So they throw me in the hole. So as we go in the hole, they separate us. I end up firing on the police, backhanding. Bah! They grab me, tackle me down. Boom. When they tackle me down, Sam, they hog tie me in that position. Put my hands behind my back and my feet, and they had my ass like this. And at that time, I'm thick now, but I was like 206, 208. They tied my hands up like this behind my neck and my back, my feet like a little hair, like a cattle. They picked me up, bro, and took my fucking ass to the chair, to the rubber room, brother. Now, the thing about this chair, all this shit is illegal. They was doing. Niggas had to do write-ups down there and complain about this place. But they sit me in a chair, and what it does is it operates off your anger and your impulse. So once they put the straps on you, all that hollering, dudes be hollering in the rooms in the county jail, that shit strap up on you from impulse. So I'm in there, I'm doing my little shit for the first minute or two, not realizing these straps until I start feeling them tighten up on, because you can't feel them when they move and tighten up. They move automatically from your impulse of anger. When you calm down, they loosen.
Oh, shit.
But your anger, they pin you in, strap you in, bro. Oh, fuck me up, man. So I said it to say that, I was hog tied like that, man. And it was very, very illegal of what they did to me in that fashion like that, man. So we have to understand that when we try to develop ourselves to make these changes as men, that there's rules that we have to abide by as well. You follow me?
Hell yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you sharing that. That was that. So you mean to tell me? So you were still were you still hog tied when you were in that chair?
No, once they got me in there, they unhog tied me, put me in that chair. Now I'm in the chair, butt naked. They take all your clothes off of you, sit you there butt ass naked, man. You in there like you in an electrical chair like this, bro. Butt ass naked. Only thing that's not strapped is around your neck. You got a strap right here. Your head's here, but this strap right here on your head doesn't increase. It's just only the ones on your arm, your legs, to your ankle, because it's strapped to literally to the chair like this. You feel me? And it was like, man, that was just a crazy experience for me, bro. You know, to even go through some shit like that. So when I seen my homie make that comment, and I commented on it, I was explaining to him that I had that experience, but that's really cruel and a punishment to what they do to us because we allow so much to be done to us, bro. If we were to withstand in the public, as the people, man, police couldn't do that shit to nobody in the public like that, man.
Right.
They wouldn't have the power. They wouldn't have the manpower, the power to do that, especially not no one police squad car right then and there. If people start coming out, standing their grounds, shit, it wouldn't happen. So it's so much that we can do to eradicate the situation, to make change. But the question, Sam, is, are the people willing to make those changes, sacrifices? Because to them, that's going to be too many big, great sacrifices. They too much. The people are too much on a roll of the buffoonery and the fuckery shit, bro, to where they enjoy it. They literally enjoy this shit, man.
Love it.
So think about it. How hard it's going to be to take the enjoyment for something that's not the truth and to tell that to somebody, man, hey, you've been over here for 3 years dealing with this shit and you know it ain't the truth. It's time for change. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, man. Definitely appreciate you. We got Nino Cappuccino on Viral Hip Hop News Live right now. We got a little over 130 people in the building. If you ain't tapped into this, brother, man, and you enjoying these conversations, I definitely appreciate him coming on here, but he ain't on here all the time. Go tap in with my man on his YouTube, on his IG. You see it in his underneath his caption right now. Go tap in and follow my good brother, OG Nino Cappuccino, man. As we conclude this interview, brother, and I definitely appreciate all your insight, all your wisdom. And like I said, if you want more, please tap in with my brother right now. Get the people some lasting remarks, man, what you got going on, what they should tap into. Floor is yours, man. I definitely appreciate your time. And hold on real quick before I give the floor to you. Shout out to my man JT at Pocket Watching with JT, for the very gracious super chat. Definitely appreciate you, man, and all you do. Keep up the good work over on your YouTube platform. Tap in with my brother too. Floor is yours, OG. Do your thing.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, y'all get ready, man. Like I say, the Truth film is on its way. I'm just dealing with a lot of the major network politics as we do, you know, being a strong black man and executive producer, owning your own material, owning your masters, you know, being in control and being able to put your finger and pinpoint on how you want your terms to be. You know, it's just a bigger strive and a harder strive, man, because, you know, I just want things to be right for me and my team, man. So the Truth film is on its way, man. Y'all get ready. It's going to be a very powerful film itself, man. It's going to be an award-winning film for Watts. We taking awards on this one, straight up. We're going to finally be recognized and get our recognition and our credibility from the WATTS, man, when the film Truth itself hit. It's called Truth, America's Untold True Story, man. Starring myself, Dawood Sherrills, a.k.a. Dada from Jordan Down Projects, Dwayne Holmes, a.k.a. Snipe, out of PJ Projects, man. We're the 3 starring actors, the 3 narrators and voiceovers of the film, as well as we got tons of cameos in there, man. It's a raw, riveting, great historical piece, man. a great piece. Also, y'all get ready for the book, man. My book, it's the countdown is coming, man. Get ready for my pre-orders. I'll be putting up the pre-orders videos in a minute, man. I'm just narrowing everything down, all to my logistics as far as my book, as far as the last of my graphics and my editorial and everything. Everything takes time for me. I'm not a rusher when it comes down to me getting ready to do my releases on things because I want everything to be right. Also, closing out, last but not least, man, God is great. God is good. I was called in last week from a great executive partner of mine, man. Someone I've been in the trenches with for over a decade, but primarily for this particular project for over several years. The script kind of flipped 3 times, and I got that phone call from a major. I ain't even gonna say the major studio. I don't even want to put it out there, but I got that phone call from the major, and I got my script emailed to me, and I don't even want to go into the significance of who, what, and how, but let's just say God is great, man. And y'all get ready for me. I got some shit I'm finna hit y'all with, man. It's gonna go historical, boy, in this film world, man. Y'all get ready, man. Shout out to Sam, man. Shout out to Hip Hop News. Shout out to Hip Hop Central, man. Shout out to ROE, man. Live, ROE 2022 live, man. I am your host, man, Nino Cappuccino. Tap in, man. Follow me. Subscribe. Push the like, share buttons. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. Call a friend and tell a friend, man. And y'all already know my motto. Tell Gloria, because her knows her ass know every damn body, man. We in the building, man. Watts. We are taught to survive.
You already know. Watts in Jersey, proudly in the building, man. Hey, yo, OG, I need a goddamn audition, bro. I told you that last time, man. Let me get the invite, man. I'll be a stand-in. I'll fucking do hold of whatever I got to do, man. Let me get an audition, bro.
Hey, listen, that's crazy. You say that before we go. I already got you, man. Pegged on something, man, on the web series. We working on the funding right now. You know what I mean? I just did a couple of presentations already. Did some pitches. So we working on the funding right now. I already got you, my dude. Don't even trip.
I appreciate you. I don't even want no handouts. Let me do the audition the right way. And if I earn my keep, let me get on that motherfucker, man. I got you.
I got you, God.
OG, I always appreciate you, bro. Always appreciate the knowledge, our conversations behind the scenes, man. Much love to you, brother. Much success.
Likewise, man. I see you, Sam. We talk. Salute.
You already. Salute, brother. Take care. Hey, y'all already know Viral Hip Hop News in the building. Go tap in with my OG, Nino Cappuccino. Until next time, SamAnt, y'all gonna check me out on the baddest goddamn podcast around the hip hop news, or the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, excuse me, and I am the CEO of the motherfucking brand, Viral Hip Hop News. Until next time, y'all be blessed. Much love. We out of here. Peace.